Well, thanks for joining us. And if you're a Wolves fan like me, on this Saturday, the 8th of November, 2025, we've just seen Chelsea thrape Wolves 3-0. It was painful watching. It was like men against boys. At times, it's like one of them training exercises when you see players knocking the ball around cones. The cones are just stationary and they're just it's like a training drill. 3-0, but in truth, it could have been more. What did you think of the starting 11 then, Jacko?
I thought it was all right. To be fair, you have to remind me what it was. But it's it was always going to be five at the back, really, wasn't it? And with
With nearly five in our net.
yeah, well, it was nearly five in our net. Well, certainly Neto was in there anyway, weren't he? But
And he celebrated.
and he
People,
celebrated.
players don't usually celebrate against their old teams.
Yeah,
So,
he's going to win. He's gone. He's gone to a bigger club. There we go. That's what happens. But we're absolutely awful beyond. I I don't know. With the starting 11, with those that are on the bench, we're just we're more looking now that we're going to get relegated. It's just it's beyond poor. It's beyond when Gary O'Neill was with us, and I don't know who to blame.
well, we were playing against Chelsea, but we were also playing against the ref as well. He was
Yeah,
pathetic.
yeah,
He just got you angry at times. You think
yeah,
Wolves players did well to keep their cool and not
yeah,
boot the ball away with some of their decisions because quite a few times their players fouled ours and they gave free kicks to them. And
yeah.
that was epitomised towards the end when Mateus Mane was breaking through. He was fouled not once but twice.
Or twice.
The second
Yeah,
one, he ended up on the floor, and then he gave them the free kick.
free kick.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the Wolves players did well to
yeah.
keep their cool,
I,
but I
I mean,
can't see any.
I could see, I could see why the ref did give it the other way because the Chelsea player pushed Marnie into the Chelsea player, and it probably looked from behind that the Marnie has gone straight into them and given me a ball.
But
You
there
could
was
see
two fouls. There was another
there
foul just
was, yeah,
before
it
that.
was a push in the back twice, and I mean,
Mm.
this is what gets me about the video thing now when why it's not used properly. Surely to God, the referee, he's got the earpiece now. Surely to God that VAR can speak. Said no, they can speak in here. Say no, that's actually a free kick on the other way. I mean. I don't know how VAR is used. I don't understand it. With video technology now.
However it's used, it always goes against us. The Premier League corrupt as summit, as
Well,
the Wolves fans always think.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And they did nothing to
No,
change the opinion of the fans
yeah.
on that
I mean,
score tonight.
should we now look? I mean, with Rob Edwards coming in, I think this is an absolute knee-jerk reaction. I mean, let's all be well. Hopefully, it'll work, but I just can't see it working. He didn't really do very, very much good at Luton, did he? He's gone to
Well,
Middlesbrough, he's taken him around, but
we do need a manager.
yeah, we
But
absolutely,
the thing
of
is,
course we
like,
do.
it was 3-0 tonight, but it could have been a lot worse.
It could
The
have been, yeah,
defence was
yeah,
shocking.
yeah,
Chachua, he got beat too easy
yeah,
for that first goal,
yeah,
crossed it in. Could the goalie have come out to protect the defender? Could he have come out? Because the player
yeah,
wasn't very far out when he headed it in.
yeah,
So
yeah.
could he have come out? Do you think?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Every other part. I mean,
and for the
like the first goal, it was just like the defence was absolutely just nowhere. The defence was the goalie was nowhere. We're just so poor at the minute on everywhere. And I
second
thought,
goal, look at the second goal.
yeah,
Hugo Bueno, he let that sub get the
get the
cross
crossing.
in.
Yeah,
You think he should
yeah,
have stopped him?
yeah. It
And
was,
then not just that, but when he did cross it,
yeah,
uh, the player
yeah,
he had a João Pedro. He had an
yeah,
unmarked
yeah,
tap in, didn't
yeah,
he? Santiago Bueno was too weak then.
yeah,
Way too weak. So
yeah,
the two Buenos, first of all, Hugo Bueno should have stopped that substitute,
yeah.
Esteval.
Hmm.
And then when he did cross it, again Santi Bueno.
Yeah,
He threw himself at the ball, but he left him unmarked, didn't he?
it didn't.
And for the third goal, it was just a simple pass from defence. He just out-sprinted.
Yeah.
He out-sprinted Santi Bueno. Honestly, how can you have a player that slow in the Premier? It was so slow.
Yeah.
It was painful to watch.
Yeah.
It was just so easy. It
Yeah.
was like schoolboy stuff. It was
Yeah.
like when you're playing football against
Yeah.
a slow fat kid, you just push the ball past him and run, and then you just cross it to your mate, and then he taps it in. You can't have players that slow.
No.
If Mosquera is fit, he's got to play. I mean, honestly, that was just embarrassing. And there was another one.
Yeah.
There was another one. Mateus Mane gave the ball away in front of his own goal, and their player had just shot it, just squeezed through Johnston's legs, didn't it? And their sub Spanish guy Guyu, or however you pronounce his name, against the post.
Yeah.
And there was quite a few in the first half, right at the start, where there was that free kick, and Johnston palmed it wide.
Yeah.
There was another one where Garnacho was through. These were the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Garnacho was through. Johnson came out and thwarted him. So, any bright spots from today?
None. Absolutely
I'd
not.
say 2, and it's not from the performance. It's 2 because 1, it looks like instead of being without a manager, we can have a manager at least, Rob Edwards. And then number 2, Mane got a few minutes, although it didn't go so good for him because, as I said before, he gave away the ball in front of his own goal, and they almost scored from it. And again, he got robbed too easily when he did have a break. So, but at least he got some minutes experience, and he had that promising run or 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Krejci, he was arguably our best player, and the goalie, you couldn't blame him for any of the goals, but Krejci was probably decent. In the second half, there was that effort where Monetti went through on the break, had a shot, but again, you've got to work the keeper.
Yeah.
You've got to put it on target.
We're looking at one of the top clubs in the Premier League. Okay, they were up for it.
They're the World Club champions, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're one of the
you know what I mean?
top clubs in the world,
and I think they've gone second in the league tonight. We are an absolute poor team at the moment who are literally going, we're only going down at the moment, and I can't see, Rob Edwards coming in. It's looking likely.
Do much with that team. Yeah, Pep Guardiola, Klopp, any of them couldn't do much with that manager. Arsene Wenger, they'd all struggle with this lot.
Yeah. I just think at the moment it runs deeper, and a couple of the journalists that I've been looking through one on X now, they've actually got it spot on. It ain't just the players now that they've brought in and what they've sold. This runs right at the very top, just like any other organisation. When a business and an organisation, is running poorly, it starts from the very top, and the very top now, Fosun, they've given us money. But as someone commented on one of my posts on X previously, when I said that at least Fosun have given us money, but they've basically said to it, they've given us pennies to shop at Harrods, and I thought, that's spot on. That is.
But the thing is, like £100 million is no small amount, though, is it? 100 million.
Yeah.
We've had.
Yeah.
I know we've lost some good players, but if the stories are true, like in recent years, why haven't we bought some English players? We've bought soft foreign players, haven't we? Some British players with some fight, because now Alex Scott, who we had that protracted, when we might have signed him from Bristol City, he got called up for England yesterday. And the other week we're playing against Sunderland. Trey Hume, Northern Ireland International, we were linked with him.
But
last week, the Fulham player who scored the third goal against us, we were linked with him. We've been linked with Kyle Walker-Peters. You look at some of these players; they're doing far better than the players what we've bought. Yeah. And some of them have gone free. I think Kyle Walker-Peters was on a free, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's like I say, it's running. It runs right within walls of what we're going. Jeff Sheik, he's got to go, without a doubt. Okay, our recruitment team has got to seriously be looked at.
Was it because Vito? Was it the fact that Vito didn't want any of these grafters, these English players? Because even Sunderland, they signed Xhaka, 33, and look at him now. They've been up to second in the table. They held the leaders, Arsenal, today. So, I mean, some of these players, we've got experienced players. We've got none of it. We haven't shown anything. We haven't shown any acumen, any wisdom in the transfer market.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we just looking really poor.
Yeah,
And the manager, he's got a task and a half on his
yeah,
hands,
and
and
I'm not,
we
I've not
can't
got
buy
no faith.
anybody, buy or
Yeah,
sell till
so
January, and by that time, we're going to be even deeper trouble.
we
Because
are.
really, today we played Chelsea away, but did anybody, even if we were playing at our best, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it?
It is.
Who expected us to get
Yeah,
anything
minus
on current
18
form
goals.
anyway today?
And we're 8 points adrift now of fourth from bottom. That's a hell of a task, and I just don't think this is just. It feels like this is Jeff Shee. He's got to know the anger from us Wolves fans. He's got to know, in light of all social media and what have you, and the way the mainstream media are doing it now. You know what I mean? He's got to know. So I'm wondering now if this is to make the Wolves fans happy by getting a local lad to manage us because apparently he's doing okay-ish at Middlesbrough. Do you know what I mean? But
Well, I don't know if it was that because
I
if he
can't see.
wanted to get the Wolves fans happy, well, why did he get talking to Gary O'Neill? What? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I,
I don't buy that.
I don't. I literally cannot understand why they've made such a press for Rob Edwards. You know, like I just
Well,
don't.
he wasn't even the first choice, though, was he? Because, like you say,
Yeah,
Gary
well,
O'Neill was the
yeah,
first choice.
exactly. It was the and it was just. But then again, I suppose on a business point of view, with Gary O'Neill, apparently Wolves are still paying for him. So I suppose on a business point of
Yeah,
view,
but
that, but the fans
I
that
think the fans with that letter
yeah,
telling Bolson,
yeah,
yeah, no, you've done, thanks for what you've done, but now it's the
yeah,
time
yeah.
for you to resign. Thanks very much. But if you don't want to invest in the club,
Yeah.
you know,
So,
please
question:
make way
what do
for
you think?
somebody who does.
It is bad now. Without a doubt, now Wolves, it is bad. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we can play a part? Yeah, we can go to the stadium. We can watch the Wolves. We can shout. We can put banners on and protest. But I mean, that letter that was sent by one of the groups was the mainstream
Well,
media picked it up,
it
and it was
was
spot on.
several groups. It was an
What do you reckon we
alliance
can
of
do now?
several
As
groups.
Wolves fans, what do you reckon we could do now to, is it now time that Fowson sold Wolves?
Well, of course it is. Of
Mm.
course it is, because if they're not gonna, if they, because it looks bad, doesn't it? I know that, as I
Extremely
said, they
bad.
signed,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
spent 100 million, but if
yeah,
you keep on selling your prize properties,
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah,
assets,
yeah,
and then you replace them with inferior, you're going to struggle. And
yeah. This is worse than
yeah,
last
it's
season. A lot worse than
oh
last season.
Oh well, the first 10 games last season, we were playing all the top 10 teams.
Mm.
But this season, we play the teams that have gone up, and
Exactly.
they've
Yeah,
beaten us all,
yeah, yeah,
and some of
yeah,
them in our own backyard. So we've
yeah,
still got some really hard games
yeah,
coming up. Even in the next few games, we've got Arsenal, Man United, Nottingham Forest,
yeah,
and we Crystal Palace, who all usually beat us.
yeah,
So it's I'm not. I don't want to be a merchant of gloom or pessimistic, but you've got to be a realist, and
yeah.
it's not looking good.
It's not looking for. It's looking
And,
for
and
beyond.
both, and it's yeah, yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's the groups, all the supporters combined, make a sing from the same hymn sheet,
I
make
I
both of them
saw a
know, on certain terms that if they're not going to invest, because they've just had a new manager. It'll be interesting to see if they're still here.
yeah.
What's going to how they're going to back him in January in the
No.
transfer market.
I can't see. I saw a worrying post via Google where apparently now Wolves they're not a big money club now for Fosun, and apparently they're losing now a considerable amount of money in the last 5 years. They've been losing a considerable amount of
But
money.
hardly surprising, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause this is how much
So
they know about football. They sacked Nuno, didn't they?
yeah, yeah,
Sacked a manager who got us to the FA Cup
yeah,
at Wembley
yeah,
semi-finals. He got us into Europe. Got us
yeah,
seventh twice. They sacked him.
yeah.
That just goes to and he's gone pear shaped
There
ever
was
since
two
they've
reasons
sacked him.
behind
This goes to
Nuno's
show.
sacking. There was two reasons behind Nuno's sacking. One, Fosun did not like he gave a lot of money away to charity. I don't know how much that was, but apparently it was a considerable amount of money they gave away to charity, and
That's
Foden did.
it's in business what he does with his own money, though. Surely.
Exactly, but they didn't like it. And then the other is a few of the Portuguese players went against Nuno, one of which was Moutinho. He went against them, and that's why Nuno had walls in his blood. He wanted everything for it,
Yeah, but
and
the thing is,
unfortunately,
who do they back? The manager or the players, or get
exactly,
them to
yeah,
resolve their issues?
exactly.
You've got
They
to
got
back
rid of
your manager,
Nuno.
and yeah,
Uh,
because the buck always stops with the manager, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. And yeah, I mean, strangely enough, someone did mention that he's gone to two London clubs now. He didn't go where he got it. Was it Tottenham he went to previously, and
He
now
did.
he's at West Ham.
It
And
wasn't the right fit for him, though, was it?
no, no, no. And it's for him now to want to go back to Gary O'Neill, and now to a local lad, which is more, looking imminent now for Rob Edwards to come. I just think to myself, why the hell didn't you bring Nuno back then? If that was the case, bring him back and do. But I, I think we're going to get relegated this season. That's it. It is
Oh,
just that
no, no.
poor. We've done now. We're done, and but we're going to still watch it. And I'm hoping that there's going to be a couple of matches where we can still go Courtney and do some of these videos in the stadium. Wouldn't that be good? And perhaps even a couple of
Yeah,
away
yeah.
games. Why not? But I feel like this is the relegation. This is a lot
Well,
worse than last season.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, relegation. I mean, that's almost. Yeah, I know there's still about 81 points at stake.
yeah,
81 points still to play for. But
yeah.
let's say we've had in theory, we've played the easier teams,
We
haven't
have.
we?
Yeah,
And they've beaten us, haven't they? So to say that relegation, that's not nothing profound. You'd say it'll be a minor miracle if
why
if we're
not?
not relegated.
Major.
So maybe they've signed
Yeah,
Rob Edwards because he's in the championships and he's got Luton up. He's got them promoted. So
yeah.
maybe they're planning ahead for relegation.
Yeah, there's
It
quite a
looks
few
like it.
fans that are saying that at the moment. They're preparing for relegation, and in the hope that Rob Edwards can bring us back up. But you know what? Is it is it now that like that's it now, and we're going to get
Yeah,
down to
well, I
the.
just hope that fans don't get angry at Rob Edwards if and when we do go down
They're going
because
to know,
the
aren't they?
rot was setting before
No,
he's come here.
yeah, nobody wants to get relegated, do they? But as some
Of course
fickle
not. And the
fans,
thing is, it was so hard to get here
yeah,
that we like giving it up without a fight. And we
yeah,
just hope that we don't set any records this season. That the record was Derby with 11 when
yeah,
Paul Jewell was the
yeah,
manager, and Southampton were pretty bad last season. Just hope that we don't get
yeah.
even more embarrassed than
Yeah.
we are already because it's
This
11 games and 2 points. So at this rate, we're going to end up in single figures.
Yeah, but I mean, say for instance, right, if Rob Edwards is there this evening to watch none of that 11, in my view, of give the impending new manager cause for saying, oh, actually, he's good. I can put him in the 11. He can sack a lot of
No,
them. They
I
were
agree with
rubbish.
you. Yeah, yeah, they were dire.
Yeah,
That was as bad as they played this season.
yeah.
It
It's
was embarrassing.
it's
I
got
feel
no
sorry for
bother.
James Collins. Yeah.
I mean, this is going to sound quite harsh, but Joe Gomez, I just think he's just too big for his boots at the moment. The only thing that, the only player that really, makes me feel that, he gives 100% all the time. It's two players actually. It's Rodrigo Gomez and Andre. They're the only two players that really, don't seem to mess up a lot, and
Well,
they'll go for him.
I think tonight Krejci was half decent, and Totti wasn't too bad, and Sam Johnson you couldn't really blame him for the goal,
No,
but
no,
Larson he had I think he had a stinker. He did. There
yeah,
was
yeah.
the defence as well.
Yeah,
It was just too easy. It was just embarrassing.
it was.
Honestly, it was absolutely embarrassing because when we played them in the Carabao Cup, was it about just 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago,
Mm.
when we lost 4-3? We gave them a bit
Yeah,
of a game in the second half. You thought, we played these and we scored three against them. We thought maybe we might be
yeah,
able to do
yeah.
something, but there was
Mm.
no fight there. We just rolled over and played
We
dead.
did.
They
You know
we
what,
were
mate?
fortunate to get away with just 3-0.
We did, and you know what, Courtney? To finish off, I think this is now going into the international week, isn't it?
It is.
Okay,
And what a way to go into it.
and what a
Because
way to go
before the
into it.
last international break, we had 3 games unbeaten.
Yeah,
We drew at Tottenham, we drew with Brighton,
yeah,
and we beat Everton 2-0
yeah.
in the Carabao Cup. And then the momentum we got, it was lost straight away when we come
It
back.
was
When we
lost.
lost
It
against
was. Yeah,
Sunderland, we've lost every
yeah,
game since.
yeah.
Shipped loads of goals. We're shipping goals, too many goals for left, right, and
Way
centre.
too many
Teams are just
goals.
walking
Yeah,
through us. But
yeah,
now maybe it might have the opposite effect because last time we lost momentum. Maybe this time just stop the losing streak, get the manager
yeah,
some time with the players
yeah.
to get his for the ones who
Exactly.
is
Yeah,
not going on the international.
yeah.
But Andre and Joe Gomez, they've been dropped by
Yeah,
Brazil. It says a lot, don't they?
yeah. It does
But
say a
the
lot. It
players what
does.
he's got still with him, maybe he could start,
Yeah,
getting his plans together for
yeah,
the team.
yeah.
And at Comte, I think it's January. I think it's the African trophy, isn't it? So we'll lose players like Chapchua, Manetsi. I don't know who else. Chirewa. So yeah, so we'll lose the odd player to the African nations, but yeah, we go into the international break with some more defeats and a lot to think about.
Let's hope. We can only hope and pray, and let's do that.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
let's do it.
yeah. All right, but thanks for joining us. Give us your thoughts and opinions, and let us know what you think. But whatever happens, we'll still keep supporting Wolves. But
Absolutely.
thanks for joining us on the 8th of November, where it finished at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. Up the Wolves.